ngasigi lesson sidi yamna maru oiba lesson niko noigi sentence mayam form tawda construct tawda ina sum ubada sigi areas da yamna lanba silly mistakes mayam amako mistake macha macha mayam sum thengneba aduna ngasigi lesson si noi hana khangamaga ju theory da khangaga ju practical da watle aduna phajana si isalaga notebook ta 3% slave English grammar da munni yang silo aduga ibiya ba kay isalo ko first person da koina I we hana laiko I we I am I already am si laktra I are habiya de I is habiya de natra adagi we organa we is plural niko aduna we are hain laktra sida we is habiya de natraga we am habiya de aduga I do have we do have I gi matang da first person verb nate first form of the verb lan gi dawne ko I gi matang da natraga na we gi matang da su sab manana first form di lakanda es kumba hapchin ba de adagi s natraga es noi khangi dana ko adu hapchin ba de I am or we are doing I am doing we are doing haidana ko natraga we are done I am done not I am do or we are do haibya de I am do hadilale ko natraga we are do hadilale ing form to sinaba natraga na direct are dagi third person do done we are done kan haina buslai you are done I am done haina ko adagi I have we have done I has haibya de ba sida somka adagi we has haibya de ba I had d do had natraga we had haina ba past de has haparweba sigi I desu adagi we plurals desu hapya always have ki matung da di always done se hapko ko done haibdi third form haibni ko we have known I have kicked we have passed third form the verb to dum lakada ko have ki matang da natraga na noina tu gumba hapsilaga na infinitive ni na first form the verb la ni desu es natraga s hapoi ko I have to do you have to do haibdo adu ko we ko aduga tu gi matang da koina b amuka hapsilaga di first form of the verb to helaga ing wagidaba first form of the verb to the ing wagidaba ko we have to be going I have to be going hangi ko b gi mathang da di first form of the verb plus ing hap to be adeba aduna first person je mun khang kanda hojik matak ta pir ba magi formula mayam je sidagi so hen ba tai myam am je lerangani leibidi ko aina plap mention tawbu ngamdam ni na sina basic oiba kwaidagi maru oraba foundation hai tare si khang da basu ya deba natraga di I doesn't do kan I does not do habiya deba kai gino hai matam da asai gi aina s natraga es hap kuno first form of the verb tagi and ha gidro I do we doesn't know I doesn't do natraga I knows we knows sumaina habiya deba s natraga es hapya de hapagadi langani aduna adu masu munna yangshilo munna khangjilo ya maru weba potni nogi sentence construction to bukanda sigi mayam je theory ka khangba de practical oina ithoga example pira iraga o aina nandagi tawram is dilale dana aduna sigi area si ai si hapya de si hapkadabani haibna singba mayam do nasana sentence form tawjarga yengoba lalakanda o si dilale haibda dum khangane aduga maru weba mana I or we gi matangjida third form lakpya de ko we known I known natraga we done I done haibya deba I knew we knew second form natra adu third form oibya de ko aduma khangjilo tu khangdabya dabni ya maru wai adagi second person da noju khangoni you ni ko second person hadi you ni you har singular me am khaktang da nganga you du de dum you gi magi formula da dum panta ko me am khaktang laibu da nangna asidi single person he adu di you is very good heta haibya de you is okay you is eating kaina ko haibya dev ko aduma kangjilo magi you ji keno plural gi type ta pal kadui ni ko common noina ko you are natraga keno da past na you were you were abd khangina you are you were doing are gumba were gumba hapsilaga na doing natraga done we are done hay magi arthadi tongali ko we are doing hay we are done hay arthadi tongale adu done ji marak ta dum yam tenjin na ko salona hay busu ya adu artha tongan ba sentence tongan ba gidani ko haije natragna you have or you had hd do past na you have or you had that singa ya deko you do you did you know you knew never third ngasagi direct bomang da hagi umam da mane hakta third form direct ha jin ba ya desi desu ko example ko kari yengje su yengji You are doing very well. You are plucking a flower. You are eating rice. You are drinking water. Laidra. You is drinking water. You is doing homework. Natraga. You am good. Adu yadiko. Aduga. You have to do it. You have done it. You had done it. You have come here. You have so much to do. You have clean body. Or you have anything to do. Question na hangin gi hargati last ching da ko. You have anything to do? Kana ko. Magi question na hawdra ko ko na dum question on tok pa ngang da di ko. Adagi you do has you kick the ball. First form of the verb ko. You kick the ball. You know the answer. You pluck the flower. You drink water. Tumaina ko. Hagi da. Adagi third person gi yingse. He, she, they, it, table, chair, apple, animals, birds, and all other inanimate things. Thawai pandaba posak myamam third person da singrani adagi akoi human being gi da haragana he, she, they gumba ko. Adagi it gumba haris masi ga harisi adagi table gumba chawgri gumba adagi manama sing myam sasan myam am se usek waya sing ju loi third person da laktu ne ba aduda singular organa ikona has natraga had sinaga ne ba aduga is sinaga ne ba are where ko singular orgada adagi first form of the verb plus s or es sinaga ne ba example on have that she has done natraga she does, she doesn't know, she does the work, she kicks a ball adagi is hapagana isagi ing form in have to she is doing adagi to hapagana she has to do, she has to kick, she has to cry, she has to go to Kakching, she has to go to Imphal, she has to do her homework ko natraga she had to do it, she had to go, she had to pluck adumana haning bahai biara past na ko had hapchila ko plural dana have natraga had are natraga were ko have plural dana have natraga had are or were adagi no s or es s natraga es hapya de plural de aduma ko rule do te me am the p rule du ka te general one de lo chaman heba they have to do example ko plural example they had to do, they are doing, they were doing, they have to go to Kakching, they had to do the work, they are doing, they are plucking a flower, they were plucking a flower, they were eating, they were dancing, they are kicking, they do, they does have deko plural ID de ka kiwana ti ko te animals sing birds sing su masing amadagi helagadi loi plural ni adu targadi have had are were loi sinar kaneba adu direct di es or s sinabiya deko adum rule me am do follow to adum gyan tar kaniko tenses se koina part ahum thokna khai dok payai present tense haiba ma hojik thoi ba hai tare present tense haiba di past tense hana thokraba future tense kon tholkadaba tung tholkadaba hai tare aduna koi gi formula se koi hojik puna taminarsi present tense ahan bada present indefinite magi formula si subject plus first form of the verb plus s or es plus object example da I pluck a flower I is subject ni pluck sina first form of the verb ni aduga flower sina object ni s amasung es ki confusion kar larangani example pir ga harke munataw s amasung es se koina third person singular da sijine masigi tongan ba lesson am ko tamgani hojiki oina di third person singular habsi mind da thambiu example I pirke she plucks a flower she is the third person singular ne aduna pluck to the ke gi matang da s hapselaga she plucks a flower haibana es hap ke hargana study gumba synergy example oina ko Ram studies his lesson. I-E-S never. E-S hapsili never. Ram studies his lesson. She studies her lesson. Matang si di third ohelasi. Second na matang da tamase muka. Present perfect. Subject plus has or have plus third form of the verb plus object. Example, I have plucked a flower. Has have ke hargana third person singular this is in aduini. She has plucked a flower. Ram has plucked a flower. Adumaina. Subject plus has or have plus third form of the verb. Have sina first person haibadi I or we is the first person ni. Natragana plural da so ko na sisinaba yai ko. They have plucked a flower. We have plucked a flower. Tumaina sinar su yai. Ngasai second ko na third ta jam tawgibagi second si hojik tawrsi. Present continuous tense. Subject plus is or am or are plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Example, I am plucking a flower. Subject se I ler ko. Adagi is natraga am natraga are haibani. I gi mathang da am lae is lakpya de are lakpya de aduna am lae. I am plucking. Pluck na first form of the verb play ren ko. Aduka ing hapsin maneba. Plucking harga flower object. I am plucking a flower. They are plucking a flower. Ram is plucking a flower. She is plucking a flower. Fourth one. Present perfect continuous. Subject plus has or have plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Example, I have been plucking a flower. She has been plucking a flower. They have been plucking a flower. I have been plucking a flower. Ram has been plucking a flower. She has been plucking a flower. They have been plucking a flower. Present tense loikre. Past tense ta salasi. Past indefinite. Adum iman manay past ogyoyu present ogyoyu kitang kenarak piwaniko. Subject plus second form of the verb plus object. I plucked a flower. I is subject ni plucked the ed hapsilai second form ni har ni. Aduga third form da adum ed hai ko. Aduba te khara di speak spoke spoken hai basulai ko. Aduna verb ki forms to khangjin badarka lai si khangge har gadi. Ana sigi hojik sigi oina di pluck si ed hapsila di third form zu oi second form zu oi aduna I plucked a flower har is past indefinite ne. Tangda past continuous. Subject plus was or were plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Example, I was plucking a flower. They were plucking a flower. She was plucking a flower. Krishna was plucking a flower. Ram was plucking a flower. Sumaina ko. Was in singular this is in a view. Adugo where's in a plural this is in a view. Past perfect. Subject plus had plus third form of the verb plus object. I had plucked a flower. They had plucked a flower. Sita has plucked a flower. Money had plucked a flower. Everything had oy dinis dadi past ni nako. Has habu haisi amta sinaroi. Plural orsu natraga singular orgasu adum had sinarni aduga third form the verb lani. Pluck si ay nang sa hai bugumna second form dasu ed oy third form dasu ed oy ate tay wahi or magadi for example speak or magadi had ki mathangda spoken harak tineba. I had spoken Manipuri example wenako. Dumay lak tineba. Fourth sida past perfect continuous. Subject plus had been plus first form the verb plus ing plus object. Example, I had been plucking a flower. Sidazu had adam si nagani has haibdularoi ko natraga have sularoi. Present natis singular gizu plural gizu adum had oidini. They had been plucking a flower. Ram had been plucking a flower. She had been plucking a flower. Adumaina had adagi been si na dabayate ko. Munyangshin biyu yam laibane. Matangda future tense. Future indefinite. Subject plus will or shall plus object. I'll pluck a flower. She'll pluck a flower. Ram will pluck a flower. Sita will pluck a flower. They will pluck the flower. Dumaina kangsin biyu. Aduga. Second, the future continuous. Subject plus will or shall plus be plus first form the verb plus ing plus object. The formula da kitang kano tawre ko. Nakan tongan lain nagre contrasted kre. Muneng view example da. Formula amuka repeat tawzerake. Subject plus will or shall plus be plus first form the verb plus ing plus object. I'll be plucking a flower. She'll be plucking a flower. Ram will be plucking a flower. They will be plucking a flower. Will be plucking. Haibzi adum haigidam niko. Formula yengaga magi examples yang bakanda yam line khangmani aduna formula loina makhangsin biu formulas yam important oi angka gomani grammar the formula khangda biade. Future perfect. Subject plus will or shall plus have plus third form of the verb plus object. I'll have plucked a flower. She'll have plucked a flower. They will have plucked a flower. Sita will have plucked a flower. Krishna will have plucked a flower. Adamaina will have natragana shall have se. Si yaugdabni adugi mathangda third form of the verb oigdaba. Aduga object later. Aduga fourth the future perfect continuous. Future perfect continuous si hauji ki matamdadi kaisi yamna common oina sizinaba sentence oidre. Adu argasu magi formula se dum khangjinba phai. What is voice? Voice haibasi karino. Voice is a form of verb. Voice haibasi verb ki form amaneba. Karino mane indicate tawrisi haibakanda subject sina thabak si tawbra natragana subject sida karigumba khara tawrakbra. Voice is a form of verb which indicates whether the subject does the work or something has been done to it. Haibaniko. Aduna subject sina thabak si tawribra matau tawbra actor waibra natragana subject sida karigumba khara tawrakbra sineba. There are three kinds of voice. Voice makalahum sui, active voice, passive voice, and quasi-passive voice. Active voice having matang tamse. Subject of a sentence is the doer or actor. Active voice have say sentence amagi subject say. Sina doer oi duneba. Action toriba, tabak toriba, matau toriba say. Say subject say. Sina oi duneba. Actor oi duneba. Maramdi subject is active oire. Active oire mina ikona active voice ana hire ko. Voice have the konjel laidana ko kuhai magi muongze. Sineba. Aduga examples I kuna hire gadi kudamo ina hire bada I pluck a flower. I is subject niko. Pluck is verb ne. Aduga verb si action nebo. I pluck kanano I na nebo. He is I pluck a flower I lay ma he have nebo. Adu I pluck. I is in action torne pluck torne he was action nebo. Aduna si active voice niko. She plucks a flower. Mana lay ma he. Ma si nupi niko. She. And she is subject ni plucks a verb ni. Aduga verb si action ne. She sina mana action di tawar mina actor were mina doer were mina she's active voice ni. They plucked a flower. Plucked ed hapiko. Third form ne. They is makoy have ne. Makoy na lay ama he a me. Kanana no hito makoy na. Kanano action tawar se. Kanano actor were se. Makoy sing dunewa. Makoy sing na actor were makoy sing na doer were kre. And makoy sing active were matau tawar ni nako. Aduna she's active voice never. They plucked a flower. Makoy na lay ama he a me. I never. Duga matangdadi passive voice tamsi. The subject of a sentence is acted upon. Passive voice tadi hujik harba subject sida act torpani ko. Subject ki matak sida act torpani action to torpani subject sina tawbunate ko. Subject sina tawbuni bu harba hargazu ai koina kutau du kena ba haib tarane. Adu wanida. The subject is passive. Maram the subject sina directly action si tawdramne mangon the action torkum tawrabani na mise koina passive ena kawi. Example harba da a flower is plucked by me. A flower is plucked by me. Nasagi object waramba, nasagi flower laydo. Aina lay he me haibado hojikti lay ama aina he me haina haigrab. Me nasagi ay subject waramba ize hojikti kan oigrena. Object oigrab. Aduna subject sida karigumba ma acted upon oigrab ko. Direct man action zi hondrab. Si passive voice ko. A flower was plucked by me. A flower is plucked by me. A flower was plucked by me. See. Lay ama aina he me. Aina lay ama he me. Kenadra. The quasi-passive. Active in form, passive in sense. Magi forms the active weba. Aduga sense dana passive weba. Siya ko na quasi-passive na kangneb. Forms dana active weba. Aduga magi sense dana passive weba. Siya ko na quasi-passive na kangneb. Example harabada. The mango smells sweet. Kenozi, hinozi, magi hinogi manamzi tumiyam niko. Hinogi manamzi kuna tabu kanda. Tumani en kangdo. Aduna hino manamzi tumi. The mango smells sweet. The goat is milking. Si ani magse kuna quasi passive na kang maramdi magi forms di active weba. Aduga mana puri ba sense di passive weba. Aduna niko. Simple. Gyan tarangani kali. Gyan sutagani. Kasi am naluban natiko. Aduna ko na matanggi sidi kari tamgani haibakanda ikoina sigi matang sida tambakanda rule khara yamna maru eko rule yaudragadi kam to bunga mo hadi grammar habisi maths kumani anka gumani rule yaudragadi grammar ke su hayu habi arwa aduna koi sigi matang sida lesson gi matang sida rule khara di tamse active into passive active sina passive to all kanda kari kari rule lege habise Rule number 1, object of the verb becomes subject of the verb. Verb sigi object se verb to the subject verb to the subject olakane. Object of the verb becomes subject of the verb. Verb ki object se verb ki subject olakani sinde. Example yang khangani ko. I pluck a flower. Ngasai ki example to ni I is subject ni aduga flower is object ne. Adu ikona passive voice to on bakanda a flower is plucked by me hydro. Ngasai ki object se flower object se subject oladra. A flower is plucked by me haramina. Aduni yengo amko mun yengo I subject pluck a flower object. A flower subject is plucked by me. Aduna subject to kari wala ke khangi ko. The subject of the verb becomes the object. Aduga verb to the subject na object all as ne. Example yang si active ta I pluck a flower. In the same example peer sino in gyan ta ba tu yamna lokshin butu tunab ni ko. I pluck a flower. Samay ko. I subject like re, flower object like re. Aduga passive ta a flower is plucked by me. Object I turns into me. Ko. The subject of the verb becomes the object. Subject of the verb. I becomes the object. Me. A flower is plucked by me. Sagi subject to kidore me to yung object on radra turns into me. Sagi I to me on give one ko. Aduna the subject of the verb becomes the us object. Verb ki subject se object on kre. Note yung ko. The object is generally preceded by the preposition by. Object sigi mamang da ko. Preposition by habisina anambo matamda su sum kano tawi ko for follow tawi ko by zi yarong neba. Haziki object ki mamang jita by zi dum hapnei ko generally ko hap tab sulai adabu adum hapnei. The main verb is changed into the past participle form preceded by the correct to be verb. Rule number 3 da the main verb se. Main verb se kedore magi past participle the on to past participle form the on to aduga sigi mamang da kari lagi have kanda to be verb se is mr gane tamiko to be verb se. To be verb ki correct form to si nagani aduga hauzik hariba past participles gi mamang da hapom dine. Example yang se I pluck a flower. Ko. I is subject like pluck to main verb ni ko. A flower is plucked by me. A flower is said to be verb ni ko. To be here is said to be verb never. Correct form ni ko si sentence ki matungina. A flower is kano third person singular. Third person singular ni na ikone is seasonary never. Singular gi ko is. As to be verb ko wewa. Adagi plucked hire to. Plucked. Sina past participle go. As I pluck ed out de ko. Past participle the ed out to go by me. Me is the object se. Sige mamangs the by and happy si. Rule the yauri ni. The rule number 4 da. In case of some verbs with two objects, either of the object's personal object preferred is changed into the subject and the other remains. See. Karigumba verb karada object ani yaramagadi kedore. Either of the objects object ani dugi marakta ikoina preferable or was a personal object nebako. See subject on kraneva change into the subject. Aduga atopaduna adum lehora never remains or retains puharisco. In case of verbs with two objects, object ani yawba verb today, either of the objects ani dugi marakta preferably personal object. Personal object sina prefer to we aduga maji kedore subject all ani amaduna remain to never lehora never. Leho by the atum zaman adum lay ni habniko. Example yang si kutam. The professor gave the students the books. Professor duna satra sing duda lyric mayam to p habniko lyric sing to p. The professor gave the students say personal indirect object never. Students say. The professor the books in a direct object never. The professor gave the books to the students habi ay natra. The professor gave the students say indirect object personal reko. Aduga direct object na bukan passive yang bukan the books in direct object ni aduga passive taken on bukan the students were given the books by the professor. The students urba the students p yang ko were given the books remains. It's like the students personal to subject all adra. The students subject all aduga the books. It's like books ama indirect ama direct object to remain to retain to aduga by the professor rule gimatu. Direct speech haibadi reporting by quoting one's actual words. Kanagumba mana hai kibuwa natraga hai buwa se. Straight when a director hai tare mana hai budu mak chap mana na quoting to ba. Iba ko. Sineba reporting by quoting one's actual words as direct speech as direct haibu haisina dum ko gyan ta haleko adu ko indirect speech haibadi reporting without quoting one's exact words mi duna haibadu natabida haib tarena kitang koi thoga natraga te tayu hai wata khara hapchilaga haibadu quote tawdo dunia bai khona indirect speech hairs example khara yengsi Tomba says I am good as Tomba says I am good as direct niko Tomba says that he is good sin indirect speech ni koi kari karang rule non khar tamziko direct speech is put within inverted commas direct speech ama ibakanda inverted commas ki manung da irang aneba inverted commas ai sidadum screen sidadum ire no ureko aduga a comma is used after reporting verb si loraga comma ama amuka hapkaneba Tomba says harga says ki matungda comma ama hapiko aduni haris a comma is used after reporting verb haris aduniko the first letter of the direct speech is a capital letter direct speech ki ahanba magi wahi sigi first letter se capital letter amana hoganeba haudabi adeko adu haudragadi lale rules to change direct speech to indirect speech direct speech tagina indirect speech ta on thokpada darkar leiba rule khara tamsiko ahanba rule da linker before the indirect speech linker ma hapkaneba indirect speech ki hek mamangs da linker ma hapkaneba Tomba says that he is good ngasai kone tam give example dako Tomba says that haise sine linker haise koina iba kan da that si sine ko dungang da di anam matam da that si sine de ngang da direct dum haiba Tomba says he is good haina dum haiba ko that si hapteba du iba da di hapa darkar lei rule gi matungina ko 2 pronounce change according to sense example Tomba is changed to he then I can pronounce ki wahi mayam si de ko na mana puriba sense to ki matungina ko na change to ko nuko nupa wargana nupa gi he hana change to ba nupi gi wargana she hana change to ba adugumba se ko na munyeng sin ba ma darkar lei sense to yeng da ba deba reporting verb in the past tense makes the following changes direct to indirect indirect change to kanda magi reporting verb ta lakpa ahongo mayam do past tense tako du mayam duni tambisi present indefinite na past indefinite on duineba present continuous na past continuous on duini present perfect continuous na past perfect continuous the on duineba adu sigi port mayam di noina nasana khangjaramani present indefinite present continuous present perfect have na sing bas din sana dum khangamani si khangdragadi sigi tongan ba tenses ki matang da param tam darkar lei adu bu narration ki matang yo bai si tense ki matang da noi soidena khangbam thoi ko adu khangdragadi kesu sigi thabok si tawbunga moi sigi problem si solve tawbunga moi past indefinite present imperfect and past perfect to past perfect past indefinite ne present perfect ne adu past perfect ne moi humza past perfect on duni ko past continuous to past perfect continuous duga past continuous oram taragadi past perfect continuous to on duni future gi shall or will se future gi should or would past niko should or would tam on duni future gi shall or will se future gi should or would the on duni ba si mayam ji khangjan da ba ya deko verb ki magi forms to first form second form third form do pazana pasalo khangjalo du yaw da yariko change in time and place now ze den the only duni past the torkanda ko direct torkanda ago se before hain hadini today said that day hadini tonight that night tomorrow the next day yesterday the previous day last night the previous night here there hence tense this that these those thus that way thus so come go not always go si zu khang da ba ya de change to kan si mayam si naram ba dum to tum ya dra have di ma ke su pang roi iram yu du la le hana lo ba re only by one word have dar wai am khak na no gi answer du lan du ne ba aduna si gi change in time and place se si loi ba to ira live ni da sitting up just 2 minutes pa da dum yam line khang rani aduna si mayam si no to shalo aduga patang ging shalo ko it have wahi se unchanged never ma change that haina kai kai on top ya deba it haina dum lai dini ko change tawno. If the speech is reported during the same period or place, the changes do not occur. Haigiba change mayamse karigumba aikoina matam sap manabagi maramda aikoina kano tawragadi report tawragadi change tawreba natrana mafam sap manabagi matangda report tawragadi change tawreba ko. Example, Tomba will visit our village today. Tomba nang asi aikoi kunda visit tawrkani lakani kuirkani hamni ko. Adu he says that Tomba will visit their village today. Adum hainyo change tawreba today later. The tense of the verb of the direct speech is not changed if the reporting verb is in the present or future. Kaigumba reporting verb si present natrana future oragati magi verb to tense kaisu change tawreba. Tomba says I am well. Tomba says I am well. Tomba says that he is well. Adum hainiko magi tense to hong deko chamane animak present tense tadum present later ko kaimda hong balai tiaba aduni no action to see because sigi rule me amji pasana kangelo si kangda busunga ya dabni match komuniko. No change of tense is required in case of a habitual truth or eternal truth. Habitual truth natragana eternal truth tadi ahong balai reba. Nganthoi said the earth revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun hai dum chung magalai ramne sung hong roi da bhaitar. Prithvi je khoi gi numit ke koi bda lai hai chung manatro. Magi ahong balai reba hai bdi si adum chung madum lai ramne tra. Aduga ate habitual loi bai koina nungti chang nine to thabak lei dina ko morning walk kumba sigumba change to reba my habitual truth to them change to reba dum lei gane ko. Anthoi says that the earth revolves around the sun. Anthoi na hai mududi ko gi prithvi si nimit ki koi bida chatli hai ni ko kangzelo. There are no changes for must, ought to, and should. However, should often changes to would and must to had to. Aduga must have wahiza siga ought to have ga should have siga wahi homes and I'm gonna change to one day ko. Adubu wo kanoza should say would ta change to one level. Aduga must to na had to kan hai name ko. Example am harabata ngantoi said we must go. Ngantoi said that they must go. Natragana they had to go. Hai name magi change ko to ko. Must go natragana had to go animadum chumiko. Say is used where there is no object. Object later ganda say hensi naganeba. Aduga object later gadi tel hensi naganeba. TELL tel ko. Karigumba object yaudrogadi say sinagani aduga object yaudrogadi tel sinagani simasu yam confusing or banoy the confused dum or galaiba poniko. Me mayam confused or neighbor. Can say dum harle but natragana kuding maki sentence kuding maki tel dum haiko. Adu sum devko. Before that, told him or told me is used for said to him or me. That kimamangda told him natraga told me have waising se said to him or said to me have gimota sisinagani adumun kangzilu maramdi said to him said to me adum harle gani change to the bida si kangzila layu mind ko. Narration of interrogative sentences. Say, tell, etc. are changed into ask, inquire, want to know, etc. Say gumba, tell gumba se. Say. Interrogative sentence study interrogative sentence have the wahang hangba question sentencing se. Moi the say ga tell se. Ask, inquire, want to know, haina hong ginya ko. Where, why, how, haibnas jingba. WHC questions sing siti atum lai ganeba. Moi je hap atum happy tamang ganeba ko. If natragana whether se. Sisinagani WH questions natragadi ko. Tay atopa question or magati. If or whether sisinarang whenever. Aduga lorakpakanda interrogative mark ki mahuta full stop o matambiramo. Interrogative mark adam tama magadi landuini ko. If shall begins, would is used. Shall na horagadi would na sinarkani. Aduga should na retain tawar thamani karigumba. Hosika harba sentence na duty mathogi gumba imply tawragadi ko. Dum should chedum thambirang whenever sinarang whenever. Ngantoi said to me, shall I do dishes? Dishes to was duty niko. Aduna ngantoi asked me if she should do the dishes. Ngantoi asked me if she should do the dishes. If she should do the dishes. Them retain our tamiko. Should them hapchi leva. Hadi shall do should or just go past. Duty. So narration of imperative sentence tiki horisi. Rule number 1 da. Reporting verbs become order, request, advise, tell, ask, etc. according to the sense. Sense to matungina ko na order natra request la advice la haibdo ikona loina khangani ko aduna adugi matungina mogi reporting verbs to ikona sinbiramaneba aduga rule number 2 da imperative mood changes to infinitive imperative mood or amdo ikona infinitive mood ontoneba to is used before the main verb as infinitive to deko khangidina ko to do ko to plug to go to die the mana mamang the main verb ki mamang the to hap to kangi kono iso example am yang say he begged his teacher to pardon him to pardon has imperative infinitive na dra dunya has sidi kitang ubda kitang nuara moroi ko for negative imperative not is used before the infinitive aduga karigumba negative imperative oragadi not not harba wahize infinitive tugi mamang da hapchalanganeba natragana forbid prohibit etc. may be used instead of not. Not ki mahuta kana forbid haiba wahi si narambayai natraga prohibit haiba se si hapa masu haiba ko. Example, Daddy advised me not to play in the rain. Daddy forbade me to play in the rain. Same ko. Sama na iba. Tuga, rule number 4 da. Request or ask to be kind enough, kindly, or politely, etc. used in place of please, sir, etc. Karigumba direct speech da please kumba yarmba natrang sir gumba harmaba ko kuna sina du request natraga ask to be kind enough natraga kindly politely hai wise ji hapong man ko example yang si Tomba requested me to close the window ko Tomba requested me to close the window request sina ko adune rule number 5 da tell or ask may be used when other request advice etc are not clearly expressed karigumba other natraga request natraga advice fazana when expressed on kuna gyan taw ngamdraba si kay no habse pesen khangdraba du targadi tell natraga ask sazum sin yam safe when sin ramo ko direct clear way report di sana dum khangane to clear way dragadi yam safe when tell or ask is am sin ramo ko oza gyan tabo oza de dum si summe dum haine ba kara khangbo jana diko khangdo na di khangdre noi laiba ki matung ile ko example Tomba said to Chauba don't do it again not clear natra Tomba told or asked Chauba not to do it again and simply mana told natra ask se sinner ngone yan tai ko mani yung rule number 6 ta when let in the direct speech expresses a proposal or suggestion karungba let have wise let let se direct speech the masina proposal natraga suggestion am ormaba proposal have khangi ko suggestion have khangi ko adu oram taraga de koina let ki mahuta should have in direct speech to the should have maneva aduga reporting verb to koina propose natraga suggest and on biro maneva propose or suggest and ko aduga imperative form do aduna assertive form do on ganeva linker am hapselaga that have a linkers hapselaga maneva imperative form do assertive olongani linker hap ama hapselaga that have a linker do hapselaga ko example yang say Nganthoi said to her friends let us have a birthday party proposal natra birthday party ma tause kan haisi proposal ne natra gana suggestion makalam ne aduna Nganthoi proposed or suggested to her friends that they should have a birthday party Nganthoi proposed or suggested to her friends that they should have a birthday party yamlaina hai ko muna kandilu formula na lo ina maglahan man ko rule number 7 da when let does not express a proposal it is changed into might or might be allowed to do karigumba let have wahisi sinas proposal oidraba man express the proposal oidraba adu oitaraga di mase koina might natraga might be allowed to and on tokaneba aduga atai mafum kharada di sense tugi matungina koina on ganeba atai waide ko example yang say Sauber said let me come in Sauber requested that he might be allowed to come in mataki rule de yang yawi ko he might be allowed to come in rule number 8 must is not normally changed in indirect speech must have wise the normally change wagande ko change the wandeva example Tomba said to Chauba you must leave Tomba told Chauba that he must leave change the ko Narration of optative sentence. Reporting verbs in optative sentences are changed into wish. Optative ki sentencing the reporting verbs in say kari the only have kanda wish, pray, desire, long for, yearn for, have a single way sing se. See the on token. Optative form is changed into assertive form with the linker dad. The optative form is so assertive form the on token ko linker dad have se hapsulaga. Example of me see Tomba said, may his soul rest in peace. Tomba prayed that his soul might rest in peace. We go. Rugi matuina loy torokti was mine. Narration of exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence na indirect speech on baginiko. The reporting verb is changed into exclaiming or exclaim with grief. Explain in grief, explain in joy, explain in which joy, explain in wonder, explain with wonder, etc. to the sense of Allah's hooray, etc. When a exclamatory sentencing in with Allah's hooray, oof, kari wahay am pu, fai gan may am later. Adu sing dugi sense dugi adu sing dugi art do ikon kangagadi karamba wahay no kari haning in all kanganeva. Aduna adugi sense tugi matungi na ikona hauzik matakta higher exclaiming or exclaim with grief, joy, wonder, etc. is happening. If you are not sure of the nature of exclamation, use cry out or exclaim only. Kagamo sure or dragati ko kari hari no have to sure or dragati cry out or exclaim have to kaktang sinova. Masagi dumana safe play have to. Other forms of reporting verbs are swear, shout, upload, etc. Duga te form mayamama reporting verb ki form mayamam leko. Shout kinda, swear kinda, upload kinda, labor. The exclamatory sentence turns into a sentence and the linker that is used. Someone that have a linker jadum sineko. Exclamatory sentence no olopukanda ko. If it begins with what or how to denote extreme emotion, it becomes great or very according to sense. Karigumba what natragana how gumana hauraga ko. Dumana fungwe busiamna emotion jam kan by emotion or gade kuna great natraga very gumba sense to gimatuna senior moneva. Normally ko great is placed before a noun and very before an adjective. Aduna great have wise kuna noun gi mamang the happy aduga very have wise na adjective ki mamang the happy. Adumaning shingo ko de. Example yang say Tomba said what a nice flower it is. Tomba exclaimed in wonder that it was a very nice flower. Tomba exclaimed in wonder that it was a very nice flower. Chauba wished him happy Yaosheng. Chauba wished him happy Yaosheng. Indirect speech Nico. Help, help, shouted Kaiku. Kaiku shouted for help. Hi never. Gentai ko. I'm live in the formula kangagati. Narration of vocatives. In converting vocatives, we use politely. Vocatives sings in direct speech the on mukanda de consistency politely have gumba. Asked have gumba. Affectionately asked, politely asked, told, addressing, etc. According to sense to kimatungin at minadum sinaganiko. The addressing of wise yana time mamang yam sinner remember. Id han mamang the hatar. I was the addressing the casina table. Last option when at the yam to sin of yadukanda addressing the scene. Example, the class teacher said, keep silent, my dear students. The class teacher affectionately asked the students to keep silent. The class teacher affectionately asked the students to keep silent. Narration of question tags. For affirmative sentence with negative question tag, expecting the answer yes is used. Karigumba affirmative sentence amada magi question text in negative oina dum haramani negative yaramani ko adugumba da ikoina either indirect speech the on bukanda expecting the answer yes hageneva ko aduga negative statement amada affirmative question tag mo yaramani ko adudana indirect speech on bukanda expecting the answer no haineva. Example siyong Tomba said to her, you can speak Manipuri, can't you? Can't you? You can speak Manipuri has affirmative sentence niko. Do can't you has the negative wordra. Adu sigidi rule gimatungina expecting the answer yes. Tomba asked her if she could speak Manipuri. Zauba said he will not run away. He will not run away has the negative verb sentence niba. Do affirmative question take ko. Will he have say? Do rule gimatungina expecting the answer no. Jauba asked if he would run away. Laidro. Mixed sentence ta yengse. When sentences of the same kind occur consecutively in the direct speech, the reporting verb becomes common. Karigumba sentencing se same kind chap manaba sentence makhal da ko mathang manau na consecutively direct speech da thoba adoi target reporting verb se chap manara neba common or ne mabani makki sentence ani du makki reporting verb se same one sina ba chap manana ko aduga howjiki ji reporting verb se only one sina gane amtang sina gane in direct speech ta hidi common noina sina gramina manabni na magi sentence style to kind do manamni na common noina amkatang sina graneba aduga howjiki harba sentence ani se natraga ahum se ikona linker n have to na link tawramane ko example yengsi Rani said to him, who are you, what do you want? Nang kanano nang karipami hangineba. Rani asked him who he was and what he wanted. Sentence ani to n maya idhapsil gata question ani to connect over dra dunia haisi Rani asked him who he was and what he wanted connection tak torlotion kro yam line ko then added that, further said that, also said that. I also use this connective device. How about why using that? Added that, further said that, also said that, why using that? See, so connective when I see na buya ibang sa end domain ko. Example yango, Gita said to her friend, what time is it? My watch has stopped. Pung matam kaya targe ki gari si lep kre hai niya Gita na. The Gita asked her what time it was and added that her watch had stopped and further said that mayam si geranize gano form of the verb ending in ing verb ki form wait neba aduga aroi besida ing si yaudi neba ing yaudo yade ko ing yaudini and having the force of a noun ki force di yauba aduga verb ki force yauba and a verb harsko a noun and verb combined noun ga verb combined torga semaine read as example to go ing hapsilaga reading reading sentence in higher da reading is a good brain exercise present participle plus ing form of the verb present participle kangi ko mya first form of the verb to kangi ko adu to the ing tapsin maneba wahi amarom da sumon thog highway wani noi hena gyan tanabuko present participle plus ing form of the verb has adding ing to the verb have never examples read plus ing oitaragadi reading love plus ing laughing has moi gi season abam du leko season abu du soiragadi verb oina pura verb when sina kineba adu oitaragadi gerund oiroibko aduna sina bagi magi sentence to see yenga dum khangbiu use of the gerund ki sina bam se khangjalo ko subject of a verb ki subject when sina ba example sleeping is the best form of rest tumbajina kwai digi baba rest form am neba is se kano natra verb natra adu oitaragadi verb ki mamang da lei bi subject natra sleeping haji subject wa heladra sleeping is the best form of rest haji dagi number 2 da object of a verb ki object when su sina ba verb ki subject kak natana object when su sina ba Tomba enjoyed dancing in the rain Tomba enjoyed haji kanon verb niko dancing haji na gerund ni adu itargasu gerund je koina object of the verb when sina ba yabnina verb si object dancing zu heleba ko enjoyed dancing haji Tomba enjoyed dancing in the rain aduna object of a verb when sina ba ko yaba adagi di 3 da complement of a verb haji niko verb ki complement when su sina ba yai complement of a verb haji diko what he likes best is eating like similar natra indirect object natragna direct object one niko hire base complement haise verb to complete to hundo aduni haise simple example ma yang say what he likes best is eating is ki matang da eating sina complete ho hela sentence sinatra is haise verb ni verb si matung da kaim leram draga di sentence complete ho deba eating se complement of the verb da hela natra gerund never ko dagi for the object of a preposition haise noi khang inatra of kumba at kumba on kumba sumba si preposition haina khang ko example Thoiba is fond of reading of si preposition natra adu targati of ki matang da laiba si reading neba adu targati reading is object oina kuna laweba aduna object of a preposition haisi Thoiba is fond of reading ko reading ghost stories but ki wari pa ba ma yam pam sai have kum ni ko aduga fifth and last ta as a compound noun oina su season ba yaiba walking stick haisi ko gi set pa the season ba sai do aduna walking to the season ba sai do bo kana walking stick haina khangne ba ko aduna walking stick haisi compound noun ne ba aduna mahak se hazik hari ba pot si zeranzi compound noun oina su season ba yai have ne ba Zeren and infinitive may be used in sentences without any special difference in meaning. Zeren ga infinitive ka zai. Makoi zai koi na, magi formation du maan nabni na, makoi gi arta si ken kena dana dum si nabi yai have niko. For example, kari yang si infinitive ta. To dance is a good exercise. To dance has infinitive ni natra. Verb ki manga tu dum yaw ni infinitive ki di, to dance has infinitive ni, and to dance is a good exercise. Hai se. Dagi, dancing is a good exercise. It's zero no na sina record. Dancing is a good exercise. Adagi infinitive that to walk is good for health. To walk has infinitive never. Adagi walking is good for health. Moise artha loy manai ko. Sige sentence marizi artha kaim ken ba kaim leite ko. Aduga moise animak adum sina ba yai natra. Aduni haisi moi ken dan sina ba yai haisi aduni. Matang sidi infinitive ki matang dani. The most common is the to do form of the verb. To do form of the verb se. Sina kwaidagi common no ba infinitive never. I want to sing. I want to sing. To sing has infinitive never ko. Verb to gi mamang the to happen never. Adubu there are infinitives without to. To yaw do ba infinitive su leba. At, in or into, and on or onto. In means inside only. In havidi manung ka koibdo. Inside has. At could mean inside or in the grounds or just outside. At haramagati manung do oibasu yai, ground do oibasu yai, mapan do oibasu yai. Ko adu munna khangjilu sentence am sem kanda adu khangda ya dabni. We can be in or at the sea. Koina sea gi matang da haib kanda ko. In the sea harbi ai, at the sea harbi ai. At the river or in a river. At the lake, in the lake. In the swimming pool, at the swimming pool, etc. ko. Silo habi ai. In here means actually in the water. Kaigumba in haramagadi in the sea natraga in a river, in the lake haramagadi sing manung da laibitu odineba. Ko. At the sea or river, lake, etc. means near or beside the sea. Aduna at the sea natraga river natraga lake kum haramagadi manakta habaneba near ko natraga beside the sea. Kiantai ko. But at sea haramagana da yawda bidako at sea haramagadi ship amata jahaz amata lai hagumaneba. But at sea means on a ship harijiko. In and into. In ga into ga khangelo lana sinar kani khangraga diko. Ya maru web niko. In as shown above indicates position. Koina sai mamangda tamgribo meando. In gi matangda. Aduna indicator is position neba ai mapam duniko. Into indicates movement or entrance. Into haramagadi satpa lengba sungba panba magi movement khardi layer neba. Natraga entrance changba khotpado. Example, pour the water into the jug. Single jug manungda. Hajillo haineba. Pour the water in the jug haireb ko. Sidadi in se narweba. Into movements. Maram di isingdu jug ta sangini natra. Jug ta hajillo neba. Adun movement du layuni na into han sina ganeba. Thieves broke into my house. Haj ay yum manungda. Huran basingdu sangjila ya hajilay. Hairi neba natra. Aduna magi movement du layuni na into my house. Hajze. In my house haireba. Into my house. With the verb put, however, either in or into can be used. Karigumba verb put siyar magadi either in natraga into ani magsina bayaiba. Ani di marakta madum sina bayai ko in natraga into do. Karigumba put yar magadi. Example yang si Tomba put his hands in or into his pocket. Tomba na magi makutu pikaw da hapami hai ne ko. In or into his pocket hai na sina bayaiba. In can also be an adverb. In is adverb when sina bayaiba ko. Come in has enter. Sang o hai ne. Get in has isu car gumbagi manung ko into the car has adun masi adverb when seen up ci khangjilu ya maru webni English ngang da sum ngang na ko I bada or sungang do su sum na ba sigumba minute details masa khang yam darka leba. On or onto. On can be used for both position and movement. On have si position na di mai mapam tak tu natra position do natrang na movement leng ko pagi ani mukta sina bayai sinida. Example, Tomba sat on his chair. Tomba na magi so grido da. Tomami. Snow fell on the hills. Snow kangiko. Undo. Undo na sing da tarmi hai neba. Sing da tarmi. My name is on the wall. ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯐꯛꯂꯥꯡꯗ ꯂꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ movement ꯇꯧꯗꯕ on the wall ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯤ movement ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯀꯣ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ fell on the hills ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯤ ꯇꯥꯕꯗꯨꯗꯤ movement ꯂꯩꯗꯅ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯌꯥꯏꯕ onto can be used chiefly of people and animals onto ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯅ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ peopleꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯁꯥꯒꯨꯝꯕꯗ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯕꯀꯣ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯐꯝꯁꯤꯗ mainly ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯦꯅꯦ chiefly ꯀꯣ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯗ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯩꯕ when there is movement involving a change of level ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯂꯦꯡꯕ ꯈꯣꯠꯄꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯒꯗꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯍꯣꯡꯒꯗꯕꯀꯣ example yengda gyan tagani we climbed onto their roofs mogi yumdon matatul karami haineba si movement leiko the roof size level ju change tawdra aduni haisi we climb onto the roofs when there is movement involving a change of level have artha aduni ko we lifted him onto the table ekwen mat table matatul thangatlami haineba sis movement lei onto the table nina sisu kanus leiko magi level ju change tawiko on can also be an adverb on the adverb when bisu yaba go on come on haise animaxi smaina sinabsu yaba ko munna khangzilo mafam natraga jaga takpada sijenaba examples sing haragadi above along around at below over up down near on under etc makoisina mafam jaga takpada sinaba singi marakta yawrabani ko adagi matam takpada sijenaba on date and days kumba ko tarik kumba numit kumba ta sijenaba Tomba married on the 5th of May 2005. Tombana 2005 ki May tarik mga dalawang ki. I'll come on Thursday. Ay Thursday namita sagol sa namita lakni. The meeting will be held on date 10. Meeting ado una bagi habag ato meeting do tarik tarada pangtuogani habni ko. Ano sida on niko on. Si matam takpada sizinaba mainly date and days ta sinagadab ko date ka days ka khang ko adu sinaduneba sigi on se on gi atai sizinabam di nakhoi loina makhangani aduna ni aina khangbudu hydris ko sina khara important oi ba haitare adu atai on gi mayamam se laiko on the table kari krang hai ba mayamam le tu di khangmani yor pasu yai dum taminasi in months seasons year etc in nazina months seasons sadi pantha man na di tha nako year sahi sigumba sing the sinam niko ado tai sinabam su on gumna dum leiko important oi khar tam payone plop have di adam ne video ma chance dako I'll visit you in the month of May gi tha du da ai na koi da kwer kani bu hars ko many flowers bloom in the spring season basanta gi season sida pantha sida lai me ama pumi harne many flowers bloom in the spring season he died in the year 2000 gi sahi tu dama sikhi harine aduna in gi months seasons year to ko kano matang da at sab saba matam matak ko at daise atai sina bom lai dum khang ko the meeting will be held at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. da pung ani nungtin gi pung ani da sab sabi da hoguni matam sab sab tak to the meeting will be held at 2 p.m. I'll meet you at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. da ai nang bu theng nagani unagani hairne adu oitargati sab saba matam ni adugi mamang da oiraroi adugi matung da su oiraroi natra 7 a.m. da sab sabi da unagani haibni ko aduna 8 ki sab saba matam haibasima ningsingo yamna maru oire adumako to ningsingagadi atai sentence sem da khara layer kaneba adu examples in du yngselo since haibu haise si kadai da sina gi haib si yngsi sab saba matam amadagi hozik fauba hana matam sab sabam dagi hozik fauba tawduna lakpado adugumba pot sentence to dum sinaiba sinsiko I have been working here since 2009 dagi hozik fauba mapam sida ai surak I tabak torai haineba ai tabak surak I natra tabak torai ko sai me mapam da tabak sudun lai haigumane since I was yarmsiko 2009 dagi hozik fauba sida tabak suri he has been crying since morning mahak ayuk tagi hozik fauba kapaki kaptuna leiriko leptriba kapatam leiriko has been crying since morning hal ayuk tagi mahus po kapai haine forgi karigumba chapsaba matam khara da sizinaba I'll be here for 5 days ai mapam sida numit mangani leigani haniko sida di I with soi crime attack kano to winiko sumba soi balai sai type to am tuna type to gimni nako sumba soi badam lai ko aduna I'll be here for 5 days idea I mapam sida numit mangani leiki gani haniko adu kangjelo sabsabi matam khara sap chaba matam khara haibsim khangzilo yam maru ore atai sina bam adum lai I'll work here for 5 days ai sida numit mangani thabak sugani I'll work here for 5 days ai sida numit mangani thabak sugani sap sabi matam khara ko ata 4 gi atai su I'll work for him hiresini for example ko ai magi damak thabak sugani han I'll work for him hargati ko ai na pirzina limited oina khara noida important oina noina kaya khanjilu do port ki haimni ko hana yam phajana khangra port di video 10 manina loi hadok trasu yare na dugi khara maru web do haibi one ago hauzik tagina sab saba hau khraba matam ama ago haibadi hauzik tagina sab saba hau khraba matam ama haiba he left me 10 years ago sahi taragi mamang da ko ai mana tadok pirame haibni ko he had an accident 10 years ago sahi tarai mamang da ma accident ama nangki accident ama thengna ki haine ba many years ago sahi amaya mamaki mamang da many years ago ai hau khraba matam do hau khraba matam da sina dawni ago haris ko atai dadi kya sina bham leiti ko aduma khangjalo yam maru were during adugi matam manungda ko matam manungda I work here during the rule of King Khagemba ningthau Khagemba gi lengak manungda ai sida thabak suki mana rule tawringi da mana lengak tawringi da lengak pairingi manungdo adugi manungdu da marak da ai thabak sida magi mafam sida suru si mafam sida surami haine ba adugi manungdu da ko I swim every day during the summer kalen manung dai nung tigi iroizai khain ko swimming do kalen manung sida ai nung tigi iroizai habni before mamangi matam before hadi mamang haidin ko before mamangi matam he left the cinema hall before it started cinema hall adu ma cinema holdring dagi thado mi haine ma cinema hall si cinema holdring ai da natraga mamang da satkhre thadokre holdring ai da natraga mamang da satkhre thadokre mafam du thado satkhre hamni ko cinema do holdring da aduna ni before hais matam takpagi anamana matam takpagi oina sinam ne kuin side gi haris ko atai sina bom yam lei adu oitar su anamana matam takpagi oina tamane bang sigis ko what did you do before I reached here aina sida yautringai da natraga yautringai mamang da nang kari tawrambage what did you do before I reached here aina sida yautringai da natraga yautringai mamang da nang kari tawrangge after tungi matam asaina mamangi matam sina tungi matam after let's meet after the show loerga natraga show loerba matungda ibani unasi show loerga harsu matungda harsu samai ko animak hajila boda dum yayo ko I was in coma just after the accident hek thokhiba matungda I coma da leithi coma haidi hai bangang ba kaim ta da bida mid nong ushalaga ko mid uidraga su panga su kaim ta kun hai ba khot da reaction kaim pi da ba asibaga chap manana leiba brain dead ki mong da ko ekta kanu torga wanda harga dum leng da bida tumin na leiki bida gyan men ta da bida gyan men ta da bida leiki bida aduni coma harji ko I was in coma just after the accident gi matungda ko until matam du fauba don't come here until I call you aina kortrigai sida lakno aina kortrigai ko sida lakno mi atina ko ba ke amta tabiya de ko mi na ko tabiya de mi amana harazu prime minister na harazu kan amta mawalo de aina kortrigai sida lakno don't move until I tell you samani ko aina hartrigai nang lengano haina don't move until I tell you aina hartrigai do hadi matam haiba 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. ayuki pung mga dagi taret pauba from adugi matam dagi ko from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. 9 a.m. dagi 2 p.m. pauba from the ko adugi matam dagi am lai ko khangni ko by adugi matam dagi thengda dana by adugi matam dagi thengda da bida ko you should reach here by 9 a.m. sharp sida ayuki pung mapan chapsana yorkadabani adugi kano dadi mamangda lake zu yadi ko adubu adagi hena thengdi yadre sharp haragadi chapchabin ko the meeting will be started by 10:30 a.m. meeting du pung tara makhai da hogani by 10:30 a.m. the meeting will be started by 10:30 a.m. meeting du pung tara makhai da hogani use of into on onto at in means inside saigi matam gi dana taba sida to pam da tame ko sisu mun namka tasalo in means inside only but at could mean inside or in the grounds or just outside in haibadi manung khak oiba adubu et na manung su oramba yai mapansu oiramba yai natraga ground da oirambassu yai haibani ko aduna munna khangjilo magi difference to ko it means inside only in haibdi manung kaktani it could mean inside or in the grounds or just outside manung oiramba yai mapan oiramba yai ground oiramba yai it kidiko we can be in or at the sea a river lake swimming pool etc sida in haibdi ising manung da haibani ko sigi khwai sida di ising manung da haibani at the sea river or lake sigum haragati near or beside the sea manakta ko samudra sigi mapanda manakta adugumba sinaba at the sea haibdi samudra manakta haibani adubu at sea haradi jahaz kumbada lay haibani ko at sea gatang haragati jahaz kumbada layba aduga at the sea haragana mapanda manakta lay haibani ko inna position ta I into na lengba changba gumba tai in haragati magi laifam do nasaki manung kai kai habto laifam do aduni in na tai si into haragati movement gar laido ko lengba khotpa ma laido position change to bo laido ko example pour some water into the jug manung da ising khra hizalo ising khra hizen ba ji ising do manung da zer long keno to move to chat tuina tro chen da tuina tro aduni movement laidana ko aduni da location hong tro aduna ni into scenery ko put scenery gadi in or into anmak sina bai put haibu haidu yaramagadi ko put some water haragadi pour na tabi put haramagadi ko in na tra into animag adum sina bai example Tomba put his hands in or into his pocket mana in haramasu summe put his hands into haramasu yara in his pocket haramasu yara animag summe in can also be an adverb adverb webs ya in ziko example come in have the enter hamni changu have ni get in the into the car get in gum haragana car gum gi manung sang bodo come in haragana sangu have ko get in haragana car gum sang bodo adun hais on see position natraga movement animak ta sina biyai position da su yai natraga magi movement da sina biyai position nga sagi in na position tak bodo magi laifam manung hain nga sagi tak laifam do aduga into haragana magi keno nga sagi movement laikib do adu maina location change to bodo adubu kan on da di animak ta yai habni ko position change ta su yai location tak ta su yai position ta su yai tumbana mahaki sogri da famki snow fell on the hills singda untarmi animak se movement ngang tani ko movement khar laitro location change to khar laitro maton dai tara ini location change to ni natra adu maina si movement da sina basu yaiba adagi my name is on the wall ai gi ming paglang da lay ba ming du di position kaim hong de ko paglang da dum leire paglang du da lay hai si paglang gi matak tu da lay hai ne adu di position kaim hong de dum layer ga layram ni natra aduna on si position hong ba da su sina ba yai aduga hong da bidha location natra position du ka tang tak pa da su sina ba yai hai ne sagi in ga into gi du nata bida adu style nata bida ko sina animak bot ta yai hai ne on to see maruina mi amadi sa da seasonai makoina movement lay bakanda ko level hong bakanda on to haise we climb onto the ropes aikoina yumdonda kaki mi natraga sa namana hydro aduna we climb onto the ropes aikoina yumdonda kaki haven natra aduna movement do lay ko sida ko movement lay adu yung salo we lifted the box onto the table aikoina box to table da thangat ki sisu movement lay tra box to makadala me kalo ade aikoina thang ding thangat tu ni matolom da natra movement lay tro aduni on si aikoina adverb oina su sinabu yai on harba wahai nga sagi do adverb oina sinabu su yai example go on so haiba wahai se so si ka conjunction ni ko so so se so haiba si ahan ba sentence ki result tu uning ba kan da sijine sentence ama irga sentence tu ki result do magi thulai ba result do adu uning ba kan da aikoina so si sine ba ko I like apples so I eat every day ai sem pami aduna nungti gi chai gyan tai ko aduna maram aduna ai sem pami maram aduna ai sem du nungti gi chai sineba I like apples so I eat every day for for haibasisu conjunction ni for haibasi because ki mahutta sijinaba yai for gi sinaba matay myamam sa laiko the for gi sinaba sa namana loy kangam maneba the because oina sinaba yai habasi kangam dab sa ko aduna because oina kamay sinaga ni habitu tamse I'll buy apples every day for it is cheaper than grapes I'll buy apples every day for it is cheaper than grapes ai sem nung tigi laigani maramdi masina angur dagi hongba heli maramdi because natra am laibani yet yet ki zu sinabam mayam lai ko dubu sinabam mayam dugi marakta amatam si loina makti video machajda loina takpa yadam ni ko important oi ba amakak tamse yet haibasi karigumba pot amaga contrast chatpa haibadi kenaba yet naba ona tainaba na chingbada sizinaba yai ko he studied very hard yet he failed mahak lairik kanna paki adum wenamak mahak fail oiraki adubu mahak fail oiraki yet he failed although adu oirsu although haibasi conjunction ni masi song tamsi although I loved him I didn't support him although I loved him I didn't support him aina mahak pu nungsiramagasu ai mahak pu support tawkhide nungsiramagasu adu oiragasu manadra aina mahak pu nungsiramagasu ai mahak pu support tawkhide although I loved him I didn't support him ai support tawkhide mahak pu while haibasisu sinabam mayam laiko adu maroi bam tamse matamduda Tombi hit me while I was sleeping Tombi na ai tumingai da tharaki aina tumingai da Tombi na tharaki matamduda tumingai matamduda natra Tombi hit me while I was sleeping pas niko Tombi na ai tumingai da tharaki yairaki tharaki pot ate te mayam sinraga thaba yai bor me ko natraga makutna yai bor masu yai since matamdudagi maramduna matamdudagi akoina namana tamduisi matamdudagi ko time utpudo since na ado maramduna adu oibana haibana singbusu since na biai ko I've been singing since I was 10 ai sahi taradagi sai saklaki sahi tara subdagi hauzik phawi sai salai haineba I've been singing since I was 10 haise and since matamdu taktra matamdudagi haibu taktra I know him well since we stayed together aina mabu munna khangi maramdi ikoi laiminarakpanina ikoi laiminarakpana maram oiduna aina mabu munna khangi habani maramduna adu oibana ko since until matamdu yaudrigai until example don't move until I tell you move adi leng khotpa chatpa khotpa duni ko aina hairak trigai nang lengano don't move until I tell you aina hairak trigai nang lengano matamdu yaudrigai ko unless natrabadi don't move unless I tell you ain hairakpa natrabadi lengano mi atai na amta haibi adiko mi amala ibok lermazu dau lermazu pu lermazu ima lermazu kana amta na haibada lengbi ade ain hairakpa natragadi unless don't move unless I tell you grammar is not difficult if you know the rules grammar se kasham lu banate ba rule du khangadi ko aduna grammar yam lui haigano ko grammar se rules ingdo yam khangjan loba Don't worry too much about grammar. Grammar gi maramda am ka hena wakal wajin ba. Wakal am ka hen kanjin ba tawno. Grammar yaudra di ngang bang maroi sung ngang roi ngang ki jarami na lan ba phagrani hayna ching makal gadi. English ngang ba pa roi ko.